Alright, I am gonna start this video with a little story. Towards the end of 2021, I was watching this video by Peter McKinnon, and he said something that resonated with me, and it's still something that I think about randomly. And towards the end of his video, he basically said, and I quote, "It's the things that motivated you in the first place to start a channel or start your creative journey. Whatever that is, you were pumped enough to just on your own vocation pick up a camera or pick up whatever instrument that you use to make something." And the timing of that video was kind of crazy because just 6 months prior, I bought a full frame camera with a G Master lens, so I had the whole situation going. I mean, yeah, travel is what motivated my creative journey, and I don't know, for whatever reason, filming on trips and then coming home and being able to create something from scratch, whether that something is a YouTube short or a full-length video, I think the ability to create and relive those moments is something that's so special, and it's something that fulfills me. With that being said, now that I'm in my third decade of life, I want to start being more mindful, if you will, more intentional with my travels, and I want to start by checking things off of my bucket list, and at the top of that bucket list are the Northern Lights. So obviously I don't understand all of the science behind it, but I was doing some research at work, and if I understood it correctly, it goes something like this, alright? So, the sun goes through this 11-year solar cycle, and at the peak of that cycle, it's something called the solar maximum, and it's a period where the sun is the most active, and solar activity starts ramping up, which leads to more sunspots, more solar flares, and of course more auroras. So I mean, yeah, the last time the solar maximum happened was in 2014, and seeing the Northern Lights have been on my bucket list since 2015, 2016. So now that we're in 2024, the sun has once again entered its solar maximum. So I figure, what better time than now to go chase my number one bucket list item. So hopefully I'll be able to cross that off. And yeah, for now I gotta go pack. Dang, breaking the whole sweat over here packing, but almost done. There's a few things left I gotta do tomorrow, but yeah, man. So for this trip, I am going by myself, and solo travel, I think it gets this preconceived notion of like loneliness, and you're trying to find yourself, which can be the case for some people, and that's okay as well, right? But your boy is just taking himself out on a date to Iceland to chase the Northern Lights. So to the younger me, I mean, hey man, you did it. You're finally getting the chance to go on this trip. And to the future me, when you're editing this video, hope that you had the most amazing trip in Iceland, that you were able to see the Northern Lights, and that you captured some dope ass pictures and some videos. So yeah, I mean, with that being said, let's go to Iceland. It's cold, man. It's cold. This is the whip for the next week. Yo, no lie, it is brick out here, man. Absolute brick. It's not even 7 o'clock yet, so it's still pretty dark out here. Just got the car, got myself a nice little Kia. So right now I'm about to drive an hour to Reykjavik and try to check into the hotel. Yeah, this is it right here. Room tour, baby. This is exactly what I need now. So thankfully the receptionist was like, yeah, we got a room for you. So right now I think it's like 3:30 back in Philly, and the sun is not even up yet. So right now I think I'm gonna just like take a shower and just like lay in bed and maybe take a quick nap before I go out, find some breakfast. But yeah, this is the room, man. It's pretty nice. This is the view of the Parliament Square. Got the king size bed right here. This is the bathroom, and this is the shower. Here's the toilet, and a pretty spacious closet. Yo, that shower brought me back to life, man. Like that rain shower had just the perfect pressure on it, and the entire time I was like standing there, I'm just like, yo, like this hotel is really, really nice. Like, I didn't even notice it, but like, you know how when you walk into a hotel and you can just like tell whether it's gonna be good or bad based on the smell. I should have known. The second I walked in, I'm like, yo, this hotel smells nice. To add on top of it, the receptionist was super nice, and when I came up to my floor, I couldn't find my room, and housekeeping was like, yo, like, are you lost? Like, do you want me to, you know, walk you to your room? I'm like, sure. And then you just like come in here exhausted from like a long flight, and you step into that shower. Hey, shout outs to Iceland Parliament Hotel. I'm still gonna just lay down and chill for a bit, maybe find a breakfast spot, because in a few hours I gotta drive an hour to Silfra to go snorkeling. It'll be my first time. I'm kinda nervous about it, but also excited at the same time. Just having coffee with the ducks, you know. It still feels pretty surreal to be in Iceland, man. I know I've been here for a few hours, but earlier it was like dark, so it didn't feel like I was in Iceland, but now the sun came up and everything is so bright, and there's like walking tours happening all over, and like the city is finally waking up. Man, and I turn around and I see the mountains back there. I don't know. I'm just so happy right now, even though it's cold as hell. But I love it already. Day one, didn't even do anything yet, and I'm loving it, man. But yeah, just had breakfast at the spot that Jose told me about, that he saw from Netflix, and I just had like a regular croissant and like a caramel pecan maple bun and a coffee. So it's pretty solid. About to go back to the car and drive an hour to Silfra to start snorkeling. In this weather, it's insane, but hey, when in Iceland. I don't think Iceland is real, man. I'm just like casually driving, and I look to my left and there's like all this mountain, and it's just absolutely, it's just gorgeous, man. I got no words for it. It's just freaking gorgeous, dude. Alright, so just drove an hour from Reykjavik to Silfra, so I'm about to switch over to the GoPro, and yeah, about to go snorkeling. Alright, just finished snorkeling, and not gonna lie, I had a lot of fun. You know, at first I was a little bit hesitant to book it just because I'm not the strongest swimmer, and I actually almost bailed on it because, you know, I was scared. But I'm glad I didn't, because getting the chance to swim between both the Eurasian and like the North American tectonic plates was so cool, and the water was so clear, and we could basically see as far as our eyes could see. So like the way our guide explained it to us is that the water from like the glacier melt and it flows through silfra. So we're basically snorkeling in glacier water, and it was something that we could drink as well. So I took a few gulps, both on purpose and by accident, and our guide was pretty cool as well. At one point I had a cramp, and she came over to me and she fixed that right up, and at the end she made us some hot chocolate. But yeah, just got back, rinsed off, and honestly I'm not even hungry yet, surprisingly, given that I haven't really eaten anything substantial all day. And then in like another hour or so I have an appointment at this hot springs, which works out well because, you know, I was just swimming in 2-degree water, and afterwards I'm gonna just get a pizza from down the block. Heard that it had good ratings, so gonna do that. And yeah. Hey, you can't see me, but I'm just chilling, baby. So just got back from the hot springs, and honestly it was a little underwhelming simply because it was super dark, so I couldn't really see anything, and that's not anyone's fault. Honestly, I think that's by design, because if the Northern Lights had came out, it would have been spectacular. Like, that shit would have been a show for sure. First real food of the trip. No pizza, but I got 2 burgers. I think this is a kimchi chicken burger, and then this one is a yuzu cheeseburger with fries. Shout outs to the guy at Baka Baka for recommending me that food hall. Those burgers were fire, and you know, I haven't slept in like probably more than 24 hours by now, so given all that, I think I had a pretty successful day 1 here in Iceland. Still can't believe I'm here, but yeah, right now I'm gonna just go shower and get some rest because we got a big day tomorrow. Alright, good morning. It's day 2, and right now I'm about to go to like this little grocery store to get some water and get some food for the road, because I gotta drive like 4 hours to like this glacier, because I'm doing a glacier hike and doing some ice climbing today. Got the goodies, baby. Let's go hiking. So looks like there was a like a new volcanic eruption that happened last night, so just check the schedule for the climb today, and it looks like it's on schedule, so we are good, baby. Let's go. I thought driving to snorkeling yesterday was a scenic drive, but if anything, driving on the ring road today proved me wrong, because it's scenic as hell, man. It's everywhere I look, there's mountains, and at one point there was like mountains to my left and water was to my right, and I also saw a few waterfalls, saw those Icelandic horses, saw some sheep, and they're like the cutest things ever, man. But right now I'm headed to Diamond Beach for like half an hour before I make my way over to Skaftafell for the glacier hike. But damn, man, this is pretty as hell. See, look at that, man. All those glaciers just chilling there. This is nice, man. This is beautiful. Now look at this view. so freaking cool here. And that's it. I mean, there's just no words. Alright, Shane, you found your black sand, my guy. Found it. I got you. But yo, this is pretty dope right here, man. Never seen black sand before, and like these glaciers are just like broken into parts, just like chilling on this beach. That's why it's called Diamond Beach, I'm assuming, but so beautiful. Once again, I'm calling everything beautiful, but hey, you gotta call it like you see it, you know? Gotta go. Can't really stand around and just take it all in until next time, you know. But right now I gotta hurry and head over to Skaftafell for my glacier hike. Holding ass. Just wow, man. Just wow. That's all. This is so fun, man. So fun. Came up from down there, and now we're at the top. It was pretty tough, pretty tax on the body, but Rick had my back. That was honestly a 10 out of 10 experience. Rick up there is such a cool guide, and he was like pretty much belaying me, but really the only difficulty I had was like not every strike hit the glacier, so it stuck, and the crampons were kind of like hard to like stick on as well. But overall, that was so fun. That was so fun. And right now we're pretty far up as well, and the sunset is just mind-blowing. So yeah. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. It's so dark out here, but I had to pull off to the side of the road because, you know, I literally just had a pizza, and I'm just driving back to Reykjavik right now, and I just saw like this spot of light like off to the background, and I'm like, is that it? Is that the northern light right there? So I took a picture with my phone, and you know, it blew up, and I'm like, yeah, that's it right there. And I drove for like another like few seconds, and I looked up at the sky, and here it is. It's really light right now, but I'm gonna just chill here for like, I don't know, 15 more minutes to see if it starts dancing. But oh my god, dude, what a day. I can't believe it. It's really unfolding right before my eyes right now, and it was crazy because when I was driving back, I saw the sky, and there's no air pollution here, so you can like see the sky very clear, but no way, man. got the water and got the mountains behind me, so I figure what better spot to give a recap of yesterday. So anyways, drove 5 hours and I went to like this glacier lagoon, and then I stopped by, you know, Diamond Beach for like all of 5 minutes. But you know, the main activity of yesterday was to go to Skaftafell and do a glacier hike and ice climbing. So did that, and I was the only climber, so I had like a nice little private tour. I drove past Vik on the way there, so on the way back to Reykjavik I stopped by this black crust pizzeria, had their number 4, which was a spicy pizza, and yeah, that was pretty good as well. So anyways, after I finished eating pizza, I was driving back to Reykjavik, and 5 minutes into driving I saw like this faint tint in the sky, and I was like, is that the northern lights? And turned out it was. So you know, I just pulled off to the side of the road, and I was pumped, man. I was pumped, and I was taking so many pictures. So anyways, yesterday after I took a shower, the last thing I wanted to do was pick up the camera and start filming. So yeah, I went to bed, and I actually overslept, or I forgot to set my alarm clock, which sucked because I had a ATV tour scheduled this morning at 9 o'clock, but luckily I was able to reschedule it to this afternoon at 1 p.m. So that was a bummer as well, because I had a restaurant reservation made at this tomato restaurant that's pretty famous here. So bummed about that. So Jose, to me, if you're watching, you're probably laughing because, you know, y'all hate tomatoes and you guys are haters. But anyways, I just had a bagel at Deig workshop, so that was pretty fire as well. So yeah, about to just do some exploring before my ATV tour. ATVing was so much fun. It's just a shame that my GoPro broke, so I couldn't get any of that POV footage. But yeah, no, we just like rode through dirt and gravel, some water, and then my favorite part was we were actually just like riding like on an actual road with like other cars, and I maxed out my speed. Well, I didn't max it out, but my top speed was like 74, and it was just so much fun. I'm just chilling here for like another hour and a half, exploring some more before dinner. But yeah, no, walking on this lake, everyone is just ice skating, having a blast. Sliding. Oh, wow, dude, if I was nice at ice skating, I would have went to look for some skates and just bust my ass out here. But yo, this is the whole vibe, man. Everyone is just chilling. So dinner was actually pretty good. My favorite was actually the soup. While I was on my Northern Lights tour, I met this German dude, and we were just kind of like talking and like sharing what we've been doing. And this guy was like, hey, I did ATVing this morning. And I'm like, I was going to do it too, but then I had to reschedule. And then he was like, oh, so you're the guy that was holding us up. I'm like, oh shit, like you were on the tour that I was on. So what a small world. I was actually feeling so bad that I made the guide and like other people wait for me. It turned out that he was the only other person on the tour with me. So since I rescheduled, he had the private tour for himself. So hey, good karma for that kid. And then the Northern Lights tour, I got to see it again. It was much more active compared to what I saw yesterday, so that was good. I snagged some pretty good pictures. My first day or two here, there's like a volcanic eruption, so our tour guide, shout outs to Juliana, she took us, you know, to go see the eruption, but it was kind of closed off by the police, so we can only see it from afar. But yeah, all in all, another good day, and right now it's like 1 a.m. so I'm about to sleep. Peace. Day 4, I think, but good morning. I'm catching my breath because I missed my bus pickup for a whale watching tour, so I was hauling ass over here, but luckily your boy is quick and he made it. Saw the whales, and we actually saw two swimming side by side together, so that was such a magical sight. Wow, wow, wow. Alright, so just finished the whale watching tour and it was pretty awesome. You know, it took us a while to like find the whales, but once we did, we kind of like tracked them. So right now, I'm about to drive an hour to this geothermal bakery for a bread tour. So let's go. Alright, so just got back to the hotel. That bread tour was pretty interesting and it was actually better than I thought. But yeah, right now I just came back to the hotel to pick up my charger because I gotta head to the airport and drop my car off. But dang, I'm gonna miss just driving around Iceland and just kind of like pointing my camera out, but I'm still paying attention to the road. But yeah, I've been getting distracted with just all the views when I'm driving. So I'm here for 3 more days, so I got more tours booked, but they all have transportation included. Just got back to the hotel from dropping the car off at the airport. I was able to get a closer look at the volcano eruption, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, today is a pretty chill day, which I'm not mad about because these past few days I've been on like the go constantly. So today's like a nice little break from that, which I appreciate. Right now I'm about to just chill, watch this German Harry Potter until dinner time. You guys already know when I travel I kind of like prioritize a lot of food and like restaurants, but that's not the case for Iceland. But for this trip I did make reservations for 2 restaurants. One was the tomato restaurant and the second one is what I had tonight, and every dish, every drink was just absolute fire. So I dropped a bag on it, but hey, it is what it is. That's one of the things that happens when you're on vacation. So anyways, delicious dinner, and I just picked up some groceries for tomorrow's road trip. So for now, I'm a little bit sauced, so I'm gonna just go back and head to bed because we got an early day tomorrow. So peace. Good morning. It is day 5, and right now I'm walking to the bus because today I'm about to do one of the things I've been anticipating on. So yeah, let's go. mountains and glaciers in the woods are just spectacular. Those mountains, and apparently that's where they filmed some of the Star Wars movies, so very cool. Oh, it is breaking. What a freaking day. Honestly, today is one of my more exhausting days. What I did today was pretty much a day tour down to like the south coast of Iceland with the focus around like the Katla ice cave. An hour into driving, I was like kind of tired, so I just like dozed off a little bit. And then all I heard was like my bus driver, Aline, who was also our guide. She was basically saying like, oh, no way, I'm getting pulled over right now. And then I woke up because I heard that. And then next thing you know, the police officer was already on board, and I think he mentioned something about seatbelts, and then next thing you know, everyone's clicking in. But my stupid seatbelt was a little bit stiff, so I just kind of pulled on it. Next thing you know, the police officer pointed his light at me and was like, "You in the white, come with me." And I'm just like, no fucking way, dude. So anyways, went into the police car, and he basically said that, hey, it's prohibited to be in a car or whatever without a seatbelt. I'm like, all right, cool, understand that. So he gave me like a $100 USD fine, which was like around 15,000 Icelandic krona. That was with a 25% discount. These police officers gave me a 25% discount like I was like buying fucking groceries or something like that. But not bad and completely understandable. So yeah, it is what it is. Took one for the bus. Next thing you know, we stopped by Skogafoss, which was just so magnificent. Took a few pictures there. Went up the stairs, which was a pain in the ass, and by the end of it I was like just dripping in sweat. And then the second location, we went to Black Sand Beach, which was so cool to see, especially with like the black sand and the basalt columns, and even the waves, right? These waves, they look like they're not that bad, but you know, they sneak up on you. The waves that look like they're about to reach you, they don't, and the ones that doesn't look like they'll reach you, they do. Then we drove to Vik, where we hopped onto a super jeep and we drove through this terrain. We crossed the river and we did the Katla ice cave, which was pretty amazing to see. Lastly, the drive from Vik over to Sahalans Falls, the wind gusts were just so strong and you could actually feel it pushing against our bus, which was kind of insane to witness, and kind of scary as well. So shout outs to Aline for keeping us safe. At that point, it was just like so cold and so windy. I just went up there, snagged a picture, took a video, and called it a day. But yeah, I think that's about it. So yeah, just got back, about to wash my face real quick and then head out for dinner. Just had the most expensive tacos ever, but they were really good. So yeah, about to go back to the hotel and go to bed. So peace. Good morning. It's day 6, I believe. But yeah, in about 10 minutes or so, I'm gonna step out and I am going to do the last activity of this trip, which is a glacier snowmobiling. And after that, they're going to take us to this thermal bath. It's called the Secret Lagoon, to just kind of like kick back and relax a little bit. But yeah. She heard me calling. I've said it once, but I'm gonna say it again. That shower pressure is so freaking nice. You know, especially when you are just out for the entire day, or you're just doing like an activity that you're putting your body through it. That right there is just so freaking clutch. But anyways, just got back, showered, changed, getting ready for dinner. Snowmobiling on that second largest glacier of Iceland was freaking electrifying. It was cold, but it was electrifying. When we got to like the location, our driver Biggie pointed us to this mountain where Tom Cruise filmed a part of Oblivion, and then where we were at, it just felt like a different planet. Everything was like blanketed by white snow, and yeah, it was just straight up magnificent. Had a blast doing it. Yeah, that's it. That's all the activities that I've booked. You know, I do have 2 more things booked for tomorrow, but in terms of activities that I'm like pushing myself and I'm just putting my body through it, I'm done. It was fun. And you know what? I always find myself ending the day's video like right here in the plaza right in front of my hotel because the lights are pretty, you know? But yeah, I actually forgot to mention that after snowmobiling, we went to the oldest swimming pool in Iceland. So we had a nice little warm dip over there. We had 90 minutes, but honestly, it ended way faster than I thought. But anyways, just had dinner. I don't know why people say the food in Iceland is kind of ass, because it's not. It's actually really good. You know, they actually have more lamb than people here. So if there's one thing that they know how to do right, it's lamb, and it's freaking delicious. So yeah, dinner was good, had a few drinks, but I'm about to head back to the hotel. All right, can't believe I've been in Iceland for a full week. So yeah, right now it's 9:30, about to go get some breakfast, but just left the hotel and got reminded that, you know, I've been blessed with great weather this entire trip, because it looked like it rained overnight, and I think the weather forecast is actually supposed to rain and snow and be cloudy starting today. So yeah, super grateful that I've had good weather. But yeah, for now, let's go get some breakfast, because at 12:30 or 1, I'm going on a food tour. So just had a lamb tinga breakfast sandwich, and it was fire. I'm telling you, man, Icelandic people know how to make their lamb right. Right now, I'm about to just walk around, try to do some souvenir shopping.
So, is everyone having a shot? Yes. Yeah? Or a shark steak? 3, 2, 1. Skal! Not too bad, not too bad. You like it? Yeah. Well done! Now you've all added extra years to your life.
Nice.
Can I have more? Yeah.
I'll take another one.
Jam and a little bit of whipped cream and fold it like twice into a triangle.
Only in Iceland, baby. today. Didn't really do a whole lot except, you know, had breakfast this morning, and then I did some souvenir shopping, had a food tour with our wonderful guide, Caritas, and then continued souvenir shopping, and then finally just went to the Sky Lagoon to, you know, rest up my body and whatnot. I just also got some dessert, and now I am about to head back to my hotel to pack up because I am leaving tomorrow. Earlier in our food tour guide, I was kind of like telling the group that during this entire time, you know, I've had phenomenal weather, and our tour guide Caritas was like, hey, the elves must really like you. And yeah, I mean, no, this is it. I'm just sitting in front of the water trying to wrap this video up, but yeah, I don't really know how to describe Iceland. You know, you take every single adjective and every single word out there that describes something that's good in the world, and you just use those words to describe Iceland. I don't know, I'm at a loss for words. I feel like I've used up every single word that I could to describe the beauty of Iceland, and I'm just out of it at this point. This trip has just been a dream trip for me, especially, you know, this isn't my first time solo traveling, but it's my first time doing a lot of, you know, my firsts, right? My first time snorkeling, especially in silfra with the clearest water, and swimming between two tectonic plates, to not only hiking but also climbing a glacier, to ATVing on the roads of Iceland, to seeing the northern lights for the first time. You know, what am I missing? To watching whales, seeing not only one but two whales, and they were swimming next to each other at that. And then also went to see a ice cave where I saw a rare white Arctic fox, and our guide Caritas was like, hey, like, I was born and raised in Iceland and I've only seen it once in my lifetime, and you were here for a week and you already saw it. And then, you know, also did snowmobiling on a glacier, and then everything else in between, with seeing all the amazing views and eating all the amazing food and meeting all these phenomenal people. So yeah, I mean, this trip, nothing came up short on this trip except for the fact that I didn't get to eat the tomato restaurant. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, it's just such an unreal trip. And yeah, I think I'm starting to ramble a little bit, but it's starting to drizzle a little bit, so I'm about to head back to the hotel and start packing. But yeah, just unreal. Trip of a lifetime, guys. Just trip of a lifetime. Right.